Sorry about that. Phone was ringing. Alright, so we just finished up putting that piece in the back of the head. Okay, so there's no hole there. And now we'll make our beak. No, sorry. We'll do the body first. Alright, so see how this is kind of rounded? Instead of going with the curve, I like to go against the curve because it kind of makes your body pop out better and take better shape. It'll hold its shape better. If there's any kind of crease in it previously, it kind of helps with that. Okay, build dot of glue and then bring them together at 90 degrees. So I'll go this way. That was my 3.5 inch piece and my 2.5 inch piece here. This one's a little bit trickier. There we go. Alright, and then we will layer these. I like to get it into position first. I'll just flip it over, put a little tiny piece of glue on this inside little flap here. I'm holding this other one back out of the way. Okay. So see, it's kind of like halfway down. Alright, and then we'll do the same thing inside this body. Hold that back. Little dollop of glue on the corner here. Press that in place. Okay. Now it's beak time. Alrighty. So this is what the beak is going to look like. Alright, if you're making a bunch of these, you can just cut this way, then this way, then this way, zigzagging up the piece of material, but we're just going to kind of find the middle and mark the middle there. And cut from the end to the middle. Flip it over and end to the middle. I usually don't even cut all the way off there because that's going to get smaller once we heat seal it. And then, okay, put your clip on the bottom here to hold it so you don't burn your fingers. Alright, now we're going to heat seal this from the top to the bottom very quickly. You kind of tap that little piece in there. Goes away before it cools. Alrighty. Now that's our beak. It's going to go on right here. Okay. If it doesn't line up perfectly, you can kind of clip off this little edge piece here. It should line up pretty good. Flip it over and put glue on the back of it. So it is kind of hard to get the glue on this because you really want like the whole thing covered, but you don't want it to goop out all over the place. So do your best. Line up at the bottom where it crosses here. Squeeze that on. Okay. So now you can see mine's kind of like lifting up a little bit here. So I'm going to tack a little bit of more glue on that section there. And I'm going to snip it from the back here. You can see that little tiny piece there. I'm going to snip it off and reheat seal that so that lines up perfectly. That's if you want to get really precise, which I usually like to do. I use my tweezers to pull off any extra little pieces of glue that I accidentally got on there. Okay. Next is the gobbler. This is a basic shape. See, it's kind of like a little bit wiggly. And again, like I said, I usually make two out of this. So, kind of like wiggle back and forth a little bit. And make it. Okay. And then I take it and I round the top off here before I heat seal it. Put your clip on there to hold it, and we're going to heat seal it. There we go. I'm just going to heat seal this one before it gets too yucky on me. Okay, so a couple gobblers. Alright, my feathers are all heat sealed already. Let's go ahead and pick a gobbler to put on. Alright, and I usually do the straight part on the inside and the wiggly part on the outside. Some glue on. Kind of overlap it on top of the beak a little bit there. And I just kind of let this bottom part flap around. I wait until the end to put my eyes on because I like to press the head onto the feathers and I don't want the eyes to get in the way. So we'll do those last. Alright, feathers. Okay, so you're not going to do a 90-degree angle here. You're going to do more of this kind of an angle. You want to try and get all your feathers the same angle. So, a little piece of glue here. Hold your feather. Sometimes I just kind of put it on top here to position it, make sure I'm getting the same angle as the last one. You could just eyeball it to make sure they're all the same. Sorry, it's got glue strings everywhere. It keeps catching on everything. I like to keep looking back at the first one that I made and referencing it while I make the other ones to try and make my loops exactly the same. This one got a little bit funky shaped here. I think I'll just redo that one. Color. Okay, and then whichever two feathers are going to be your bottom two feathers, those ones you fit together like a figure eight, little tiny overlaps. I mean, you could really do your feathers any angle you want, but this is what I'm doing this year. This is what I decided I like best. So there's like a figure eight shape. You can see I made these loops just a tiny bit smaller than I did for all these ones. That's okay as long as they're consistent for each turkey. Okay. Now when I put this next feather on, I want the end to come to the middle, but I kind of want to see like this first row of polka dots here. So that's how I'm going to line it up. I'm going to put glue on the outside here in the middle. Okay. And your last top feather goes in there. And I like to put it so there's like one row of polka dots that you kind of see through the top here. So I line it up. So I'm going to put like a V shape of glue on the bottom here. Kind of smoosh it into place there. Okey-doke. And there's our feathers. Now we're just going to put them on our turkey. So this one I have the point of where this meets just above the head. So I planned on having them kind of line up. So wherever you want to place it, you could put it exactly like that. You could pull it down and put it more like that. Stick up feathers higher if you just want them behind the head, or if you kind of want them behind the body too, you could slide them down. So I'm gonna have the crease here be just above the head, where it feels like it's gonna sit the most comfortably. So I'm gonna put the glue on the back of the whole head here. Don't get too close to the edge because you don't want to squeeze out into your feathers. Okay, so cover most of the back of the head there. And line up your head and stick it on. Trying to center it as best you can. And if you're happy with your placement, squish it on there. Okay. I'm going to actually do the clip first because I need to squeeze that onto the head and I don't want to squish the eyeballs. So let's line our clip flat side up. Open up your clip. Line the inside of the clip here with glue, a generous amount, because you want it to squish through to the other side. Slide your clip liner in there. Make sure it's pre-sealed. Flip it over quick and squish it on there. And give it a little tug, make it straight. Flop it over before it dries and squish it all up. So I actually put a little bit too much glue that time. See it coming out the sides. That's okay. Easy fix. Peel off the excess glue. I guess it depends on what kind of glue you have. Some glues are easier to peel off than others. I actually don't like when it's easier to peel off like this because it doesn't seem to stay too well on the clips, but I haven't really figured out why. Sometimes I get glue that works and sometimes doesn't. So just run your lighter along there. Once the glue becomes clear again, you can't see it as much. Glue here. Flop it up. Push it on, make sure it's centered. Glue dot here and here. Dot. Dot. Make sure it's centered. Last part I put the glue on right here on the ribbon. Not all the way to the end though, because I don't want it to squish out. Okay, and then I put my silly grips on. Also forgot to mention that. And the tools needed. I get these silly grips from Sunshine Shop. Usually they have some pretty good discounts, so I wait till the discount comes and then I order a whole bunch of them. You can use any type of grip you want. This is just nice because you peel it off, stick it on. Self-adhesive, and they work like a charm. I pushed it all the way down towards the bottom here. Don't worry about the top because when you stick it in your hair, you really want it to grip down here at the bottom. It doesn't grip so much at the end, so that's where I put it. Alright, now we're going to line up our clip and put it on. So, curvy part up, flat part down, ribbon part towards the turkey. Kind of fit it in there in between your last loop here. You want it to be centered on the back. Make sure your clip doesn't come up too high and go above the feathers. It's kind of bumpy in the back here, so I just have to use a lot of glue and squish it on down there so it gets in all the little holes. I'm holding my clip where I want it and just pushing the feathers back out of the way. Gotta make sure it's lined up in the middle before I squeeze it on. And you'll get globs of glue to come out. Just press down there firmly. Peel off any excess glue if you can. Okay. And eyes. And then we're done. Alright. So for the eyes, going to go up above the nose, but not too high. Kind of want to hold them on here and see where you want them to go before you glue them. Okay. So I know where I need to put my dots of glue. Kind of overlapped me a little bit there. Alright, all done. Finished turkey. Go back to the first turkey we have here. The eyes seem a little bit uneven. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. And have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching from Lisa at Scrap Maniac.